Hello, Karen. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Leigh.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
That's good.
I might have to mute my face so that I can eat.
Yeah, you're right. I'll mute everybody soon. I'm just trying to find, what am I trying to find? I forgot. Because I can't see everybody.
You don't know. I can't help you.
Huh? Where's the chat? There's the chat. Hello. Now we got the chat going. Okay. If I go, oh, good. And that's on the top. Okay. And it's already recording. So hello, everybody. Oh, it's 7:30, so we might get started. Can you just all type in whereabouts you come from so I have a good idea of what town you are in, if you can find your chat. Hello, Narissa, all the way from Mackay. Karen, Moranbah, Tracy's in Brisbane. Hello. And there's a whole bunch more that we'll no doubt jump on as we go along. So let's move on. So a little bit about me. My name's Leigh. Yes, probably, Narissa. I'm a country kid. I grew up on 13,000 hectare cattle property in far north Queensland, and I've been into all sorts of athletics and horse events, the same sort of ones that are in the Olympics, but no, I didn't go to the Olympics. Been zone chief instructor of Plenty Club in both FNQ, far north Queensland and southeast Queensland, and then became a business consultant when I was in the southeast corner. And because I've always been interested in health for myself, my horses and my animals, that took me down a road when I was in the southeast corner where I learned about toxic chemicals in our bathroom products and how they mess up our hormones and gut health and emotions and mental health. So that started me on that road. Down there I met hubby and we moved back to North Queensland, and now I have two handsome men in my life, my hubby and my 16-year-old son. And Sonny boy, other than sports injuries and life injuries, as we've been very blessed with no challenges. But hubby's had lots of spinal surgery, and I've had thyroid and gut issues, and I'm an empath. And so in looking for answers for all of those, thankfully someone shared doTERRA with us, and that helped us solve our health issues. And I get to help lots of people solve their health issues, and that's my why. Help people heal, and together we can heal Mother Earth, because there's she needs a bit of help. So the plan for tonight, we're going to do a brief meditation, then we're going to have a look at three brains, emotions, what's a chakra, and then how the oils support each chakra, but also why doTERRA, where do we start? And if you stay to the end, you get to receive a gift. Okay, so a couple of questions before we do our meditation is, how can I help you solve your health issues? And so what are your top health challenges? Why is it important to address these? And why is right now a good time to work on these needs? So what I'd like you to do now is to plant your feet on the floor and just get a bit comfy, because it's only going to be a couple of minute meditation. And why I'm doing that is I want this next 45 minutes to be just for you, just a really special time for you. So if you can close your eyes, put your hands on where your bra strap is and take a couple of really deep breaths. And then with the next deep breath, take your intention down to your lower legs and to your feet, and have your legs turn into tree trunks and your feet turn into roots, and have them embrace Mother Earth and give her a big cuddle and let her know that you really appreciate that she's there for your home and all that she gives to us. And with your next big breath in, imagine that you're standing under a goldenly white shower of just beautiful energy coming down onto you, filling you up, going in through your head, in through, put your hands out and let it come in through your hands, and let the Mother Earth energy and the light energy mill around in your body and create a big swirl in your heart and fill your heart up full of love. And with your next deep breath, think of your loved ones and give them all, send some love to them, but unhook your energy off them, because this next little while is just all about you. And then take another big deep breath and fill yourself full of love and all sorts of energies. And now send some love out to everybody that's on this call while I try and help somebody to get on to this call. And then bring that back to yourself and then slowly wriggle your toes and I like to copy, come on. And then slowly open up your eyes, and while you're slowly waking up, think of, hang on, I'll just try and help this lady. What's our number? 4327647282. Yes. Okay, see if I can do two things at once. So just to help with where we're going tonight, thoughts are the language of our brain and emotions are the language of our body. This is when you need a somebody to just help you out type things. Hang on, 43276. Okay, and I'm just going to drop this down and move this little thing up here out of the road because I can't see the whole screen. Okay, back on track. Now, essential emotions. What are our emotions? Our emotions are, as you mentioned, the language of our body. But when we go to a doctor, they treat our body. When we go to the psychiatrist, they treat our mind. But we are actually mind, body, and spirit. We are created to function as a whole. And our body is actually made up of very intelligent cells. And they want us to be healthy. Our body wants to be healthy. Our cells want to be healthy. And we give our body the right things, it will heal itself. Now, that little cell on your left is, and it has the Y on it. The Y is actually a receptor, and emotions are actually a chemical that goes around our body, and each cell has that receptor on it. and it picks up on the emotion, and it knows whether to get into flight or fight, or to love, or to peace and harmony. And science knows that we have 3 brains, and they are our logic and our intellect, our mind brain. But over 90% of all our behaviour comes from our subconscious, because we have our conscious brain and our subconscious brain. And we'll go into that a bit more soon. Our heart is all about intuition, and there's more neuro pathways from our heart up to our brain. And our gut is where our gut feeling is. 90% of our body's feel-good hormone, serotonin, is created in our gut, whereas for years and years they thought that was all created in our brain. You know, if we're going to feel good, it must all be in our brain. But no, it's in our gut, and that's why our nutrition is very, very important. So Dr. Candace Pert says feelings are really chemicals that can help us or hurt us. And so when these 3 brains are working well together, we feel connection, we feel a wellness, a peace. But when they're out of whack, then it causes problems. So most of you are mums, I'd imagine, and you can relate to this scenario. But it also could be, I know quite a few of you are juggling doTERRA businesses and other businesses, but you're juggling calls, you're juggling family, you're juggling where am I going to do classes, and lots of times our brain's going, oh, I'm going to have to figure this out, and our heart's feeling overwhelmed and our tummy's feeling stuck, and that can bring about constipation, or it can go the other way, that I don't really want to hang on to this situation. So you can, anybody that has diarrhea often, that can be some of the cause. So we end up with that head tension and conflicted feelings and unsettled tummies. And we can handle that if that's just a once off, but when it happens over and over and over, it starts to create our belief. And our belief then becomes, I'm not good enough. So through tonight, we're going to look at how we can help weed that out. So while we can't shut out sadness entirely, you can make your body a place where happiness thrives. 2 ways to be happy: change the situation or change your mindset. And so let's have a look and see what a chakra is. They're actually energy centers, concentrations of energy or nerve plexus in our body. And there's 7 major ones along our spine, going from the base chakra up to our top of our head. They really do influence our emotions and our physical health. And the idea that we are both energy and physicality has been around for 5,000 years. And we, because they open and close, a lot of times we look on them as flowers. And if a chakra is out of balance, it uses way too much energy, and then your organs get overworked and your emotions get overheated. Know of anybody with overheated emotions? But if the chakra is blocked or deficient, then it creates a deficient energy in the organs, which then becomes about lackluster emotions. And things, you know, for example, if we look at the heart chakra and our feelings of self-worth or an excess of personal power, and that can be because of the way our heart's working, how heart chakra is working. And then that affects us in how much energy we have in our heart, but also the ability to love. So let's have a look at balancing our chakras. So how do we use essential oils? We use them aromatically, so you can sniff the bottle. We can put them in a diffuser. Lots of times I'll put them on some cotton buds and put them under a fan if I'm staying in a motel and I don't have a diffuser. Or I might put it in the air vents of the car. Topically is wherever you're hurting, whether that's a physical hurt or an emotional hurt. I like to apply the oils. And internally, that can be in our food, in our water, in empty capsules, but it's also in the lifelong vitality. The root chakra is the I am chakra, and it grounds us in the physical world. It's all about survival and self-preservation. And it affects our spine, legs, feet, colon, and adrenal glands. And at first I thought it was a bit unusual being adrenal glands, but when we're overloaded, our adrenals get overloaded. And can everybody hear me all right? Yeah? So can you give me a yes? Oh, good. So one lady's having trouble hearing. But the adrenals, you know, when we're way too busy, then we get too much in our head, and so with our adrenals help us to balance out between being active and being calm, having a balanced life. Thanks, everybody. And they're all about cell production, the digestive system, and it's the element of earth and the colour red. So if we have excess characteristics, we have all of these: excessive spending. Know anybody with that issue? Resistance to change, slow movements. I love people watching Uptown, and you can just see some work really slowly, and some have a heaviness about the way they walk. Ones are overeating, into hoarding, materialistic, or workaholics. I don't know any workaholics. And if you're deficient, then you're disconnected, you're underweight, you're restless, you're spacey, you're fixated on things, but also flightiness and full of fear and anxiety. And that's fear and anxiety is becoming so prevalent these days. And a balanced chakra is when you're grounded, when you have physical health, when you're comfortable in your body, you have a sense of safety and security, stability, right livelihood, prosperity, ability to be still and present in the moment. And these are only 6 oils, but there's quite a few more that will help with the root chakra. So balance, and the ones down the right-hand side, the myrrh, patchouli and vetiver, very grounding, help us come back down to earth. Basil is awesome for supporting our adrenal area. And frankincense, oh, she's just magic. Frankie connects us to the earth, but also to the spirit. So how do we use them? You can use any of those on your spine, on the base of spine, or the basil I love to put around my back, but at that waistline, just where your adrenals and your kidneys are. 2 or 3 drops each of frankincense and balance to diffuse. Even though balance has frankincense in it, I just like that little bit extra. I need that extra help. Or 1 drop of frankincense onto your thumb and then to the roof of your mouth is just brilliant for all sorts of emotional issues. The sacral chakra is the I feel. It's the lower abdomen. It's where our women's power center is. It's centered between the pelvis and the navel. So it's all about life vitality, self-gratification, but also passion. So yes, it can be your sex life passion, but it can be your passion for your garden, for your art, for cooking, just for life. And it relates to the sacral vertebrae, reproductive organs, and the bodily functions of circulation, urinary function, and also reproduction. Elements of water, and the colour is orange. And when you have excessive characteristics, emotional dependency, obsessive attachment, sexual addiction, spaciness, flightiness, oversensitive, poor boundaries or mood swings, then you have excessive. And it's interesting then, across the other side, we have excessive boundaries. So when you're deficient. So anybody that has other than good boundaries, there's imbalance in your sacral area. Emotional numbness, but also rigid behaviour, fear of sexuality. So that's often common with people that have been through sexual abuse. So this chakra is often out of balance there. Because of that, lack of passion, but poor social skills and boredom. So do you know anybody with those, or are they common to some of your issues? And lots of times we can have a couple, one or two in each area. We don't, some are totally out in a particular area, but most of us just have a little bit of outness, but it can also change as well. What does a balanced chakra look like? Graceful movements, ability to embrace change, emotional intelligence, nurturing of self and others, healthy boundaries, ability to enjoy pleasure, sexual satisfaction, and passion. So over here are the oils. So bergamot is all about loving ourselves. Cinnamon is sexual harmony, but it's also gives us that what do you call it? I'm going to say chutzpah because I can't think of a different word. But, you'll see somebody walk down the street and they just capture your eye, and that's just that energy that is about them. And it actually originates down in that sexual area and just gives us that self-confidence look. Juniper, self-acceptance. Tea tree is my buddy. It's all about honour and respect. And patchouli, confidence and very grounding once again. And notice patchouli's in both, the previous one and here. And wild orange is all about creativity. Another one we could add in here is citrus bliss, because she's all about creativity. So some roller blends. So juniper berry, and I've just made these up with these oils from here. Juniper berry, tea tree and lang lang in some fractionated coconut oil, or another one would be bergamot, patchouli and lang lang. So just depending on what you need or the aroma you like. And diffusing these aromatically, wild orange I just love on its own, but then when you add in with lang lang or bergamot, yes, the work stops. I just have to sit there and inhale. Juniper berry and bergamot is another really awesome combination. So solar plexus is all about I do, and it's above the navel centre and just where your ribs, if you feel along the bottom of your ribs, just where that soft spot in the middle is, that's our solar plexus. It's all about our willpower, our motivation, our get up and go. So when you get up and go is gone, maybe a bit of TLC in this area. So pancreas, liver, spleen, stomach and lower back muscles. So that makes sense because they're all in that particular area. And so therefore that digestion and metabolism are affected. And because of all that metabolism going on, then the element is fire and colour is yellow. So excessive, these people are dominating and controlling and arrogant and competitive and hyperactive and egotistical, stubborn, and they're workaholics. And I can't see what that one, fear of being. Victim mentality, lacks confidence, poor digestion, feels disliked, passivity, lack of energy and jealous. So we've often over the years come across somebody who's quite jealous. We know of people that are workaholics and stubborn and hyperactive. That's a fairly common one. So maybe all these kids that are hyperactive are out of balance in this chakra. Balanced solar plexus, responsible, reliable, self-disciplined, positive sense of self, confident, warm, energetic, spontaneous, playful, humorous, and ability to take risks. And lots of times, if we just focus on, we may go, oh, I'm not very playful or humorous or spontaneous. But if we just change our thinking around that, we can bring about more balance with those. So solar plexus, we have citrus bliss. Because this is our sun center, oils that give out a very much a yellowness. Coriander, self-loyalty. Oregano is non-attachment. Cedarwood helps us with community. Ginger for empowerment, and lime for the zest of life. So DDR Prime is a supplement that doTERRA has that is just magic and contains quite a few of the oils that we've just mentioned. And diffuser blends lime and coriander, or lime and citrus bliss, or citrus bliss on its own, it's just yum. topically oregano with fractionated coconut oil on the soles of your feet, because it helps with that detaching from different issues, putting up boundaries, but it's also great for our immune system boosting. In a 10 ml roll, I'll put 3 drops of citrus bliss, lime and cypress and apply to wherever you need circulation. So just above our ankles, just below our knees, above our knees, are common areas where us women are a little bit short on circulation. And a magic foot scrub, the ginger and lime. So brown sugar, raw sugar, fractionated coconut oil, 10 drops of lime and ginger. And I love to rub this on my feet. I'll get the big tub and do it while I'm watching TV and just massage it into your feet and hands and arms. And you know how we used to get a little bit whitish on our lower legs during winter? That will just help exfoliate that off, and so you'll look pretty sexy and smooth. The heart chakra is all about love. I love. It's the lower center of the chest, self-acceptance and loving, and it affects our thymus, our lymph glands, our heart, our rib cage, our lungs, our skin, our arms and our hands. And it's all about circulation and the immune system. And because of the lungs are in there, it's the element of air and the colour of green. So excessive is when we're focusing on others. There's a lot of people out there, maybe I should put the mirror up, that are very much into helping others. A lot of people are into pleasing everyone, and also martyrs, also jealousy. But those that are deficient, they lack empathy, they fear intimacy, they're antisocial, they're critical and they're lonely. And just helping out at the nursing home last Friday, you could probably divide the room into 2 based on those. So a balanced chakra is when you're caring, compassionate, empathetic, accepting, but also self-loving and peaceful and centered and content. So the oils for the heart chakra is elevation, the oil, the joyful blend, which is just a magic combo. Lemon is very cleansing of energies, but also us in drinking it. Thyme is very forgiving, and thyme is very important for anybody with thyroid issues. Geranium's all about love and trust, and it's a good one to rub over your liver area if you have any issues there. It will support that. Tea tree is great because it helps us put up boundaries, energetic boundaries, as well as human interaction boundaries. And peppermint's the oil of the buoyant heart. So how can we use them? So topically, peppermint, and just apply over your chest, and elevation over the top for energy and a big pick-me-up. So peppermint on first and then elevation over the top. Aromatically, diffuser recipes, let the good times roll, 2 drops of thyme and 4 drops of lemon. I love that one sometimes. Sometimes it challenges me. Joyful heart diffuser blend is 3 drops of elevation and 5 drops of lemon. And the homemade conditioner for your hair, just with geranium and tea tree in it, helps to bring your hair back to the normal pH and rehydrates it. So a cup of water, 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar and 4 drops each, or 4 drops of geranium and 6 drops of tea tree. Put it into a spray bottle and just spray on your hair, leave for 5 minutes and then rinse with cold water. And hair looks stunning. So the throat chakra, I speak. So why is my coughing? And so it's located within the throat. It's all about self-expression and communication. So this is where our thyroid, parathyroid, our esophagus, our neck, our shoulders, arms and hands are the anatomy that's affected. And our hearing is the bodily function and the element of ether and the colour of blue. So excessive characteristics are difficulty being silent, talking inappropriately, excessive loudness, talking too much, stuttering and gossiping. And these are all common in a lot of younger kids, mostly. Deficient is when you're have a fear of speaking or a difficulty of speaking, or you're speaking weakly. You know, people that talk really quietly. Excessive shyness, secretiveness, and tone deafness. So most singers, we worked out the other night, have a really balanced throat chakra. They resonate and they have a full voice. People that are clear with communication with others, but also with yourself, is balanced. You also need to be a good listener, good sense of timing and rhythm, and live creatively. So that oils for here is basil. So remember, basil was back down in the sacral chakra as well. So they often can relate to, have multi-uses. Black pepper is all about releasing, and it's great for any addictions. Cilantro is another one for releasing control. And ginger is empowerment. Frankincense encourages truth. And lavender is the oil of communication. And spearmint, which I usually put to the top of my head, but it's the oil of the confident speech. So it's another one. I would need to dilute it because I find it's a hot oil, but that around your throat would be a great one. So a roller blend to support our throat chakra, 5 drops of lemon, 5 drops of cypress, and some frankincense topped with fractionated coconut oil. Aromatically, for great relaxation because it helps open up your airways, and is the 4 drops of lavender and 4 drops of eucalyptus in a diffuser. And in food, ginger. Ginger in everything, guys. Ginger in on your salads, ginger in your green tea. What else is... Ginger's just yummy in so many things. So an irritation protocol, irritation remover protocol. Terra Armour, a lot of us use, there's quite a few oils that I use to create energetic barriers, and Terra Armour is one of those. And just, put it on your chest, or now we have that sprayer bottle, just spray it around us. And you'll be amazed when you're going into public places. You won't feel as drained. And then with the next 2, if you put 1 drop of essential oil to 2 ml of fractionated coconut oil, so 1 drop of lavender peace on your heart and 1 drop of peace on your solar plexus. And it helps all the irritations to just fade away. So your third eye chakra is IC. It's in the center of your forehead. It's self-reflection and knowing, and the anatomy it relates to is our pituitary gland. But interestingly enough, our left brain and our left eye, our nose, our ears, our sinuses, and our conscious mind. Body functions, your endocrine system, your neurological system, but also your small muscle control. It's the element of light and the beautiful colour of indigo. So excessive characteristics are when you have difficulty concentrating, excessive fantasizing, intrusive memories, hallucinations, nightmares, and obsessions. And when we're deficient, we can't see alternatives. We have excessive skepticism, we lack imagination, we have difficulty visualizing, insensitivity, and denial. So when we're balanced, we have really tapped into our intuition, and we have brilliant insight. Our imagination is creative, and our memory is strong, and we have strong dream recall, and we have the ability to visualize, and this helps us, guide us, gives us great vision for guiding our life. So now we're getting up to some pretty amazing oils. So Melissa is the oil of light. It helps to dispel darkness. So that could be, the loss of somebody that's really tugging at your heartstrings, or it could be different nasty things that are happening in life. Lemon is the oil of focus and very uplifting. Rosemary is the oil of knowledge. Yep, something or other, and knowledge. So it's a great one. down a convention, I would put rosemary on the top of my head to help me take in everything from the day and remember. Sandalwood is divine devotion. Clary sage is the oil of vision and clarity, and juniper is all about wholeness. And it relates to, it's very supportive if you're having night terrors, and it's a good buddy for that. So how can we use it? Dilute them and use them. Apply them on your forehead, around your hairline. Putting oils on our heads is amazing, because remember, we have the light comes in and then it often in through our body and goes out through our feet. And even though I love putting oils on my feet, I find it often more calming and tranquil to put on my head. Diffuser blend, spring rain, 2 drops of lemon, 4 drops of lemongrass. The clary sage bath salts is just coarse salt, Epsom salts and baking soda. And in this recipe I've got the clary sage, but I change it out for all different sorts of things. I change out the oil, because this combination, the coarse salt, Epsom salts and baking soda, is brilliant at, and there's a whole scientific formula that goes with it, at helping to pull toxins out of our body. And toxins can be physical toxins, but also emotional toxins. And so we have a whole big tub of it in the bathroom, and it has lavender in it. But we could use it, because we often have a soak in the bath in the evening. But if you were doing it during the day, you might use that ginger and lime, or you might put peppermint, something that's invigorating and uplifting. Another bath salt scrub recipe is sea salt, jojoba oil, sesame oil, juniper berry, lemon and rosemary. So she's pretty magic for helping us with any of the bringing out our strengths in this third eye chakra. Our crown chakra, I know it's at the top of the head. It's about self-knowledge, self-will and divine connection. And in our head, we have the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. It also affects our cerebral cortex and our cerebrum, our right eye and our right brain. And it's the area that affects our central nervous system, our subconscious mind, where, remember, what is it? 90% of all of our thoughts come from. Our large muscle control, and its element of thought, and the colour of violet. So when we're excessive, we have a dissociation from our body. We have a spiritual addiction, because we just, people that can meditate all day long. Well, no, that could be still okay, because they're usually sitting on the ground, but it's just when that's all you're focused on. But also same with if we're over intellectualizing everything, or we have excessive attachments and confusion. Deficient is when we have rigid belief systems, but we're spiritually cynical and we have learning difficulties, or closed-minded, or we're apathetic. So balanced is when we have spiritual connection, but we also have wisdom and mastery. So knowledge is great, but then when we can share it, it becomes wisdom. We also are tapping into our intelligence and our presence. We have open-mindedness and the ability to question. We're ability to assimilate and analyse information. So once again, here's Melissa, but also purified, which is a interesting blend. A lot of us use it in different sprays around the house, because it's great for getting rid of aromas, and it's also great for getting rid of negative energy. So those that love to sage their house, just put a few drops of Purify in a spray bottle of water and spray different parts of your house and get rid of those negative energies. Frankincense is great for connecting to the divine. So, maybe a drop of frankincense or sandalwood to the top of your head. Zendocrine, she's a magic combination that a lot of us use for helping our endocrine system. And wintergreen is the oil of surrender. So it's interesting that wintergreen's in a lot of mixtures that help with sore muscles. So surrendering of pain. So we can use it to surrender emotional pain as well as physical. So the crown chakra support topically, dilute any of those that as needed and apply to your forehead along the hairline, but also top of your head, on your crown, back of your neck, on your spine. So if you're using a zendocrine as an oil, it's best applied to the bottoms of your feet, the same as Purify. But I have the zendocrine in a soft gel capsule and we'll take it internally. Aromatically, diffuser recipes, 2 drops of frankincense and 2 drops of sandalwood. And that is a magic diffuser blend to have going when you're meditating or just having that quiet time, inviting your head to slow down. So I don't know what you're like, but I can put oils on pretty quickly. Snap, 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 and it's all done. But that's not going to help us release any of the negative energies and a negative emotion. So be mindful when you're using essential oils. The more intentional and energetically involved you are, the better. Because remember, we create our life by our thought and our intentions. So really be focused on what you're doing. And make it a point to think high vibrational thoughts, loving thoughts and grateful thoughts. So say kind things about yourself and others. I know over the years some of my self-talk, if I'd have shared that with my friends, they wouldn't have been my friends. So make friends with yourself and just say kind words. Okay, so how will I nourish myself? Also, we're using the oils, but also increase our water intake. Make sure we exercise and move. We don't have to become a triathlete or a marathon runner, but just get out and go for a walk in the park, walk around the block, take the dog for a walk, rest, or more importantly, sleep. And getting 7 or 8 hours sleep a night is really important because it affects your hormones, and your hormones affect a whole lot of your body. So rest is really good. And meditation is a really great way of just slowing everything down and being able to hear we're often asking questions, or what they say, praying is asking of God, meditating is letting God answer you. And improving your diet. More and more psychologists are finding that by improving their patients' diet, they improve their emotions, and they end up a whole lot happier. So how was that? Was that all a little bit full on? We covered a fair bit there. I'm just conscious of everybody's time. So the best is coming. So why doTERRA? So let's have a look at the co-impact sourcing for starters. So doTERRA sources the oils from where they grow wild around the world. And you're probably better gardeners than me, but my weeds are always way stronger and way more durable than plants that I introduce into my garden. And so by sourcing them from where they grow wild, they helps with the potency. But also the other great thing with the co-impact sourcing is 75% of the communities that we source the oils from, we source them from 49 countries, and 3/4 of those communities are emerging communities. And so doTERRA's organised long-term contracts with them, and some of them, say with the vetiver, they harvest that once a year. And so is a fairly long time between paychecks. And by doTERRA pays them more, say monthly or quarterly. But they also make sure they've got running water and housing and schooling. And so they're changing the economies of those villages. And I love that, in that by looking after my family, that I'm helping other families in different parts of the world. So this is the start of the doTERRA's difference. And then added to that is the CPTG that's over on the left. There were no essential oil standards before doTERRA came along, and they created those standards, and the oils are tested both in-house and third party. They're tested at the distillery as well as in the bottling, and so we get the best quality oils on the planet. But last year's quality, this year's quality, 10 years time's quality is going to be all the same. The Healing Hands Foundation, every time we do an order, we can contribute to the Healing Hands Foundation, and they do things like micro lending, helping out in Haiti and Nepal after natural disasters. So it's they're a company with soul, which is just awesome. So the Source to You is a great spot. There's the website there, and you can go and look at videos from the growers, but also the distillers. You can look at the science side of doTERRA. You can see how doTERRA is interacting with medical universities that have approached doTERRA, and they're studying the oils in a whole bunch of medical situations and for pain and some very serious ailments, as well as for keeping the staff calm in the emergency wards. So when you join, with us, you get 25% discount on all products for 12 months, new special offer every month, and the opportunity to be part of the Loyalty Rewards program and receive lots of free stuff of your choice all year long. So I'd love to help you start today. So what's the Loyalty Rewards program? Well, that is where the magic begins. So I mentioned that you can earn up to an extra 30% in free product throughout the year. So I mentioned that you start with a 25% wholesale discount. If you start with a wholesale account, you'll get 25% off all year long. But of the two kits I'm going to show you, one starts you at that 10% level and the other one starts at the 15% level. And so with regular shopping throughout the year, you gradually move up to where I'm at, and I have quite a few people on the call are at 30%. So what do I need oils every month? Not usually. What I've done is I've shifted my shopping. So everything that I use in my bathroom that I bought from supermarkets somewhere else, because way back when I introduced myself, I said I had a big focus on low tox products, detoxing, making sure there's no toxic chemicals on any of us. And any of us means not only the humans, but also the dog, the cat, the birds. And so I've shifted my shopping over to doTERRA. My shampoo, conditioner, my shower gel, my toothpaste, my skincare. There's a whole bunch of things like that. So I buy those and then I get rewarded. So my version of that, so if we look where those stars are, so I buy product and essential oils and I get credit points. And with those credit points, I swap them for products and essential oils. So it goes around and around in a very generous cycle. The purpley steps there, I'll show you one kit that starts at 10%, the other one that starts at 15%. But then once again, every 3 months, you're moving up. With regular shopping, you're moving up to the 30%. This bottom half of the slide, I'll explain to you once you're on your oily journey. So now you can understand why we are all addicted to doTERRA. It's just amazing in so many different levels. So this kit here is the most popular kit. And the benefit of starting with a kit is you save over $100, and with this kit you're going to save over $100, and it starts you at that 10% loyalty program. These oils have all been covered in throughout the talk, but also this is my emotional and physical first aid kit. So aches and pains and preventing, or my seasonal threat bomb and any of my emotions I can handle and support with those 10 oils that are in there. This next kit, Nature Solutions kit, is the best value. Yes, it's $635, but it has the 10 oils that were in the previous kit plus the diffuser. But you're already starting to detox your home. And it gives you that 25% discount all year long, but you start at 15% in your loyalty program. And the other big bonus is when you do a 100 PV order next month. So what's a PV? That's a product value. Everything has because currencies go up and down, doTERRA has the constants of the product value, and it's about a $10, $15 for every $1.10, $15 for every PV. So by doing a 100 PV order next month, doTERRA is going to give you roughly $110 worth of products the following month. So that's magic value. But it's also got the extra oils in there, like the Purify and the Citrus Bliss that I mentioned. And a couple of others. So the great thing of starting this month, one of the other things that I use in my monthly shopping is this supplement, and as it says there in purple, Dr. Josh Axe on his video, Dr. Axe Discusses LLV, says this is the best all-natural supplement in the world. And so when you start your journey with doTERRA this month, and next month you put in a 100 PV order, you will get this supplement for free. So it's $115 wholesale. You buy it individually, it's something like $300 or $400 if you buy each bottle individually. So the one on the right, the VM, is the nutrients. The one on the left, the omega oils, is your lubricant for your brain, your nerves, your joints, your just about everything. And your alpha CRS is great for our cellular health, and it has a lot of the oils that were discussed through there. By taking this supplement, you're helping with every chakra. It's amazing. And they also have on the end of it, that if you don't feel significantly different by the end of that month, you can get send it back and get a money back guarantee. So that's pretty awesome. So I'll give you a call tomorrow, and these are the questions I'm going to ask. From what you've seen, are you more interested in just oils, or in oils with something like a diffuser or the complementary supplements? Or is it more important to you to just address your specific health needs? Or do you want to have oils on hand to prepare you for life's emergencies? But also, how serious are you about addressing these challenges right now? So how do I look after you and help you solve your health issues? So you'll receive a welcome letter from both doTERRA and myself. You'll be included in our Facebook group and have access to free webinars and local events. I also do a free 30-minute wellness and lifestyle consult when your products arrive. And each month for the first 6 months, we'll do a free 15-minute wellness and lifestyle consult, so that we know that we're solving your health issues. But if you can't, even though I said I'll call tomorrow, but if you can't wait, you're welcome to visit bit.ly/doTERRA with a capital T in it and Leigh with a capital L in it. And go to join and save, and then choose Australia, and OTG is local. So just follow the prompts. But if you want help, message me on this number. And you're welcome to friend me on Facebook. So Leigh Skead, or my business page is Natural Solutions Empower You, or Instagram is Natural Solutions Empower You. So folks, you are of epic value. Who agrees? Have you all gone snoozies out there? Or can I get some yeses? Because I know you all agree with me that you are of epic value. So one of my favourite tricks to use is an essential oil with an affirmation. Because I mentioned before, one of the chakras, way back at the beginning, when we're feeling overwhelmed and we're trying to figure things out and we're overloaded, it often affects our self-worth, and we start thinking that we are not enough. And so this great combo by putting 3 drops of Motivate on your chest and 4 drops in your balance on your feet, then you can go and stand in front of the mirror and say, I'm enough, I am enough. Do it for 5 minutes morning and night, and you'll be amazed at how your life changes around. It's just really, really powerful. So I know there's a thank you gift I have for all of you, and that's a PDF version of this webinar will be emailed to you. So for staying the term of the webinar, so if you could type in I'm here, but also as you're typing in I'm here, if you put a O after it, then I'll know you're already with doTERRA, because I know there's quite a few of you that are with doTERRA. Beautiful. So far, we all have all doTERRAites. I think that poor lady that I helped get on, she couldn't hear it on her phone. So, okay, so then, I'm also still going to offer it. I've really enjoyed your interaction tonight, guys. But I'm offering a free 15-minute wellness consult tomorrow, either at 9, 10, 2 or 3. So hang on. I can hear some people talking. So if you would like a free wellness consult, 15 minutes, so just give me a call. And let me find over here. And hello, we're in a little bit of a pickle here. Where's all my... Oh, okay. Come here, see if I can see. Optimize full screen. Where have you all gone? I can't see your pickies. Okay. Oh, maybe we can't chat and have pickies at the same time. So I would love to answer anybody got questions. Sorry, you'll have to. If I shut down the chat, does that? Pause, manage. There's the 10. I'll be a remote control. What can I hear? Show video panel. There you are. Hello, everybody. Okay, so have I got you unmuted? Do any of you have questions? No, you're all okay. So can I unmute you, or have you got a?
I just unmuted myself.
Oh, good. So you can you all unmute yourselves if you want to be heard? Okay.
That was good. Thanks, Leigh.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Hello. I still got my phone one going. Sorry, I'm just looking here. There you go. 24 participants. Beautiful. I might shut that down. So any questions, or we can say thank you very much and tra-la-la-la. So what I have a question. What, actually, I'll see if I can open up. Oh, no, that probably gets, it all goes then. I was going to say I could have chat going as well, but maybe I can't. What other oils would you have for different chakras? Seeing from what I can gather of the ones that have typed in the chat box, you've said that you're all doTERRA kids. So which ones would you add to the different chakras? Use my elegant water bottle.
Well, we've got an anchor. We've got the yoga blends that are just recent. So you've got your anchor for your grounding.
Anchor for grounding, yes.
Yeah, and then you've got a line. So a line could be within your sacral, I suppose, or solar plexus.
Yep.
And then a rise. A rise could also be like, you know, your throat chakra as well as your, you know, crown chakra.
Mm-hmm.
A rise, I suppose, you know, just sort of like you opening up, and maybe that's you speaking out in your throat. You know, I don't know whether it could work with that as well.
Yep, and because like you saw in there, a few of them had they could be used on a few different chakras. So yeah,
definitely. I mean, I know one of the yoga ones has got the cinnamon and everything in it. You know, so yeah,
very good. And where? Oh, here. I found this chappy, and it has On Guard as the base chakra. Yep. Wild Orange I feel for sacral. Bergamot I do, that's the solar plexus. Balance for the heart chakra. Whisker for the throat chakra. Clary Sage for the third eye. And, yeah, the Melissa up the top. So, yeah. So, and when you start Googling, yeah, there's a whole lot of oils, different, and it's interesting that different people go, oh yeah, this one for this because of, whereas I would sort of go, I would question that. But, and I think the big thing is lots of times, folks, is to just let your intuition run, because what makes sense one day may not make sense another day, but also spend time just tuning into your chakras and just find out where it's flowing or blocking. Yep. Okay, any other questions, or we can...
No, that's pretty good for me.
See, I'm just aware it's already 8:30, which is getting a bit late for some people. Okay, everybody.
Thanks, Leigh.
Thank you. I will, this has been recorded, so I will tidy it up a little bit and post it up on Natural Solutions Empower You on my Facebook page.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.